Have you and your friends thought you remembered something, but then found out you all remembered it wrong? Well, that's called the Mandela Effect. It's a phenomenon where a group of people collectively misremember a fact or an event. The term was coined by the paranormal enthusiast Fiona Broome. She, along with other people, remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s rather than from illness in 2013. There are other events similar to this where a collective group of people remembered an event incorrectly. Are you one of them? I'm gonna bet you are. I'm Mike with List 25, and let's take a look at these 25 mind-boggling examples of the Mandela Effect to see if you are. #25. Nelson Mandela's death. The first Mandela Effect is on the man himself, Nelson Mandela. A prominent South African anti-apartheid revolutionary and president from 1994 to 1999, he died on December 5th, 2013, at the age of 95 at his home in Houghton. It's probably Houghton. It's probably Houghton now that I said that. However, many people in different countries clearly remember Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. Some of them even claim they remember his funeral being broadcasted on TV. 24. The Berenstain Bears. Many people have fond memories of the Berenstain Bear books. They read them as children or family members read them aloud. It's a cherished childhood memory. However, the books are actually spelled Berenstain Bears with an A in the last syllable, not an E as so many people remember it.
I always say Berenstain Bears.
I think it's kind of how you pronounce it. Like, it's, even Berenstain is stain, still comes out steen.
Maybe your accent, depending on...
Yeah. That was Berenstain Bears. 23.
Billy Graham's death. Billy Graham, a popular American Christian evangelist, only recently died in 2018. Yet many people, including Fiona Broome, believed he died years ago. Now, some people even remember the funeral deaths details with Bill Clinton speaking words in Graham's honor. It's kind of crazy.
Maybe it's Fiona Broome. She keeps thinking people die before they do.
Yeah, maybe there's something with her.
22. Henry VIII's portrait. This portrait of Henry VIII was painted by Hans Holbein the Younger, circa 1540. Look at the picture for a second. Do you feel like something's off? Maybe the king should be holding something? As you can see in the picture, there is nothing in the king's right hand, but many people swear the king was holding a turkey leg in his right hand as a symbol of the king's comfortable lifestyle and affluence. But there's nothing there.
It'd be even better if he was.
Holding a turkey leg. 21. Number of U.S. states.
The Mandela Effect is a bit surprising. The United States of America is a federal republic consisting of 50 states, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, why do many people recall the United States including 51 or even 52 states?
My guess is Puerto Rico. We actually, the last time we did this, we had people in the comment section saying there are 51 states. And I'm like, no, there aren't. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. Boom.
Show off.
50. You can slow that down and count them.
We could only have 49. We just combined the two Dakotas into one.
I thought we were going to say sell Montana to Canada. 20.
Canonization of Mother Teresa. Renowned Roman Catholic nun and missionary and one of the most popular and influential people of the past decades, Mother Teresa was canonized on September 4th, 2016, 19 years after her death. Nevertheless, some people recall her being canonized in the 1990s when she was still alive. Some specifically reference Pope John Paul II as the pope who approved the canonization. How do you just make up facts like that? Like, I can't fathom doing that.
Visit our comment section.
Oh, there you go.
19. We Are the Champions lyrics. We all know this legendary Queen song, whose final lyrics are, "No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions
of the world."
But in fact, there is no of the world. The song just ends with "'cause we are the champions." The official version. I'm not talking about the live versions that Freddie may have added it to. And it's driving so many people crazy because they feel 100% sure that they've heard otherwise in the past, and that's probably where you got that.
There you go.
I believe in some live recordings or live performances, Freddie did add of the world. But in the official version, official recording, there is no of the world.
There we go. That would make a lot of sense. It would make too much sense.
We don't need to have 700 comments about this being wrong. Official version. 18.
Explosion of the Space Shuttle Challenger. The second orbiter of NASA's Space Shuttle program, the Space Shuttle Challenger, exploded on January 28, 1986, resulting in the death of all 7 crew members. However, many people recall it exploding earlier. Most of them are convinced the accident actually happened in 1984.
17.
Sex and the City. The iconic romantic comedy television series produced by HBO is called Sex and the City. But many people insist they remember it being Sex in the City at some point.
That's probably because they hope that's exactly what it was. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are hoping there was more to that show. I loved that show.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite?
You know, I'm not a big enough fan of the series. Yeah.
Charlotte was my favorite.
You like Charlotte?
Yeah, I like Charlotte.
You just thought she was like the hottest?
I liked her, and I liked her story
like,
arc and everything. Like, I think
yeah.
obviously Samantha's just too like. I can't say what she is. 16. Jif peanut butter.
The leading peanut butter in the United States since 1981, Jif peanut butter is a very popular snack, but an alternate memory recalling it as Jiffy peanut butter is widespread.
I think that's because people are thinking of the popcorn Jiffy Pop.
We had a whole bit that happened earlier, but James wasn't recording.
It's pronounced Jif.
That's right,
you!
GIF peanut butter.
It
We
makes
had
less
that little.
sense when you're the one who first says Jif.
Yeah, I know. Everything was ruined, and
This is
we
why
should
you
just-
killed him, isn't it?
Yep, that's why I killed James. And then we had a debate, you
I
know,
still wanna
crispy
know-
bacon over floppy bacon, crispy is better,
No,
blah, blah,
again-
blah, you're a disgrace to humanity.
Again, floppy or wrong, but that's fine. But I still want them to know, chunky or smooth.
Right. I said smooth earlier. I'm not
I
going to let
agree.
this go, because that defeats the purpose of peanut butter.
It also makes it hard to spread and whatever. But also we suggested whipped peanut butter. I also like the chocolate peanut butter from, I believe it's Jif.
Yeah.
If you haven't had that, just pause the video, go out, get that now, come back and eat it with a spoon and just continue watching.
Yeah, we could really use the ad revenue.
We're not getting money for Jif peanut butter.
Well, that's true, but, you know, watch our videos.
This video not brought to you by Jif.
Or ho-hos.
Choosy moms, choose Jif, and list 25.
You're an awful human being.
15. Curious George's Tale. Curious George, the main protagonist of the series of popular children's books by the same name, is a little chimp without a tail. Yet, a lot of people claim to remember seeing him use his tail and swing from the trees.
Oh my god, I'm one of these people.
You think he has a tail? You remember him having a tail?
Now that you mention it, he did not have a tail, but whenever
No,
I
he
think
never
about
did.
Curious George, he has a tail.
He's a chimp. Chimps don't have tails.
Uh-oh.
Here's the problem with the internet these days, and actually we're going to bring this up
There's a
on
lot
some-
of problems with the internet these days.
You can change things. So I could go out right now and add a tail on Photoshop to him, and because there are people like, yeah, look at Google Images. It's like, cool, that's been altered.
My friends
all there is to
and
it.
I had a ridiculously stupid game when we were
No.
young. Yes. We would go onto the Wikipedia page of Steve from Blue's Clues and write in all the reasons he left Blue's Clues.
I'm so mad that Wikipedia was when I was young.
Well, yeah, so, you know, motorcycle accident caused by Tristan's parents, things like...
Oh my god, you
Yeah.
made it personal?
Oh yeah, we made it very personal.
You just said Tristan, not like anyone. You just, so
No.
people are like, who is Tristan?
Yeah,
Why is
like-
he murdering Steve?
Well, technically Tristan's parents murdered Steve.
First Steve, then James.
Yeah.
Where do you stop? 14. Darth Vader's phrase.
Here's the Mandela Effect for Star Wars fans. You know, there are those people that hate Star Wars.
I like
The
it.
iconic line in the film The Empire Strikes Back, where Darth Vader tells Luke Skywalker, "No, I am your father," is very often misremembered, yes it is, as Luke, I am your father.
For a minute there, I thought James Earl Jones was next to me. It was spot on.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Dear God, no.
Oh, well.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, it was a rise and fall. Well, couldn't have been as bad as oh my God, David Prowse's initials.
It's true.
13.
C3PO's leg. Actually, here's another Star Wars related Mandela effect. In Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, many fans recall seeing C3PO being completely gold, so they were greatly surprised when they discovered that he actually had a silver leg the entire time. In fact, a lot of memorabilia don't even feature the silver leg.
12.
Lindbergh Baby. In one of the most famous and publicly watched cases of kidnapping that has ever happened in the US, Charles Augustus Lindbergh Jr., a 20-month-old toddler, was found dead on May 12, 1932. Some people, however, remember the kid was never actually found. There are also several alternative memories of the spelling of the name, as some recall it being Lindbergh without the H, and Lindbergh with a U instead of an E, and Lindbergh with no E and no H and a U instead. Holy bejesus, put these on screen. That'll make it much easier. Because I was just going to say, some recall it as Lindbergh, Lindbergh, and Lindbergh. Good luck.
11.
Tank Man. Also known as the Unknown Protester, the Tank Man was an unidentified man who stood in front of a column of tanks on June 5th, 1989, after the Chinese military had suppressed the Tiananmen Square protests of 1989 by force. The identity and the fate of the man officially remains unknown, but many people have a vivid memory of the man being run over and killed by the tanks. He was not.
10.
Oscar Mayer. The famous brand of hot dogs and lunch meats is actually Oscar Mayer, although so many people remember it as Mayer with an E instead of an A in the first syllable.
9.
Leonardo DiCaprio's Oscar.
Speaking of Oscars.
It was a long-awaited and historical moment when Leonardo DiCaprio finally won his first Oscar in February of 2016. However, some people clearly recall the ceremony where Leonardo DiCaprio won the Oscar happening, well, several years later. And I used to be absolutely obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh.
Here's a picture of that.
You being obsessed with him?
This is a wax figure of Leonardo DiCaprio in Texas when I visited.
Why is there a random wax figure of Leonardo DiCaprio in Texas?
It was in a wax museum. He was my biggest acting
Fan?
crush.
Oh.
Oh God, I wish.
We know you're watching. What's up, Leo?
Hey, Leo. I'm engaged. Just kidding.
Just kidding. She's apparently not. Wow.
I am happily engaged.
Just
But,
kidding.
Leo. I still love you. I still love you. He's my... I love you, baby. And I love Leo, too. It's okay.
I'm still single. No, sorry.
For Leo,
Sure, why not? What up, Leo? No, wait, hold
he
on.
loves those Victoria's Secret models.
I'm clearly that.
8.
Patrick Swayze's recovery. A popular American actor and dancer, Patrick Swayze died of pancreatic cancer on September 14th, 2009, at the age of 57. But some people remember him making a full recovery from the deadly disease.
I
It's
wish.
probably because he was in Ghost.
I loved him in Ghost so much. I cry every time
But
I
he
see
wasn't
Ghost.
the Ghost, so wait, no.
Yes, he
Yes, he
was.
was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. That's exactly, my joke actually lands. I'm so happy.
7.
Monopoly Man. Do you remember the Monopoly Man wearing a monocle? Well, you're not the only one. However, if you look at him carefully, you'll realize he's not wearing a monocle. He never has.
6.
Sri Lanka location. The Mandela Effect also frequently occurs in geography, as many people remember islands, landmasses, and countries in alternate locations. One of the most common alternate location memories is related to Sri Lanka. A lot of people remember the island being located south of India, not southeast, as the maps show.
5.
Pikachu's tail. Many Pokemon fans remember Pikachu, the most iconic character of the series, having a black tip at the end of his tail. Some of them would draw Pikachu all the time, and they would swear he had a black tip at the end of the tail. Well, not in this reality. It's at the base. It's by his butt.
What?
So,
It's not at the end.
are you gonna go see Detective Pikachu?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even a Pokemon fan, and I will be there opening night.
I'm going to be
It
there,
looks absolutely incredible.
and I'm going to point out the base of his tail.
4,
Snow White, Queen's phrase. And most people remember the evil queen in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs going up to her mirror and saying, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." But if you rewatch any version of the movie, you will discover that this phrase has never been there. The real phrase is actually "magic mirror on the wall." That blows my mind.
Who is the fairest of them all?
You, my...
Yeah! I did it.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
3,
Martin Luther King Jr.'s death. The official version describing the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. says he was shot and killed by sniper James Earl Ray on April 4th, 1968, at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, the gun was a Remington Game Master rifle, owned and fired by Ray. Nevertheless, many people remembered MLK being killed with another weapon, most likely a handgun or a bomb.
2,
Disney World. Some people remember entering the Magic Kingdom through the castle. Another alternate memory is that the castle was much closer to the end of Main Street than it really is. Neither of those are true, trust me, I go almost every week.
He always goes.
1,
Neil Armstrong's death. One of the world's most important astronauts and the first person to walk on the moon, Neil Armstrong died on August 25th, 2012 in Cincinnati, Ohio. However, there is common belief among his fans that he died 1 year later in 2013.
I can't explain that one either. So, what are some other examples of the Mandela Effect you can think of? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your answer to us at List25. You actually believe some of these.
Yeah, I fall into some of these.
I would say let us know if you believe them, but you will.
You will.
You totally will.
You so will. You always do.
You will claim that all of these are wrong. And now Pikachu's tail does have a black mark. The Monopoly Man always has worn a monocle, and that Curious George has a tail.
Some people think it's Mike from List 25.
Oh,
and not
right.
Mike with List 25.
So, okay. I can explain this. So, I would say I'm Mike with List 25 because I am presenting with
Right.
the channel. But yes, if I come up to someone and I go, "Oh my God, are you Tristan with List 25?" From would be easier because you're from a.
But even when they're quoting you, they always say, "I'm Mike
Yeah.
from List 25."
I always say I'm Mike with List 25, but everyone
Wow.
always says Mike from List 25. So
Yep,
it's a tiny. We have our own little Mandela
We
effect.
sure do.
There
lovely.
you go. Aw.
That's cool.
It's pretty neat.
It's wrong, but it's cool.
Yeah.
We still love you.
No, here we do.
Bye.
All right, bye guys.
Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button on the bottom right and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.